With the drums touch instrument, you can play acoustic or electronic drum kits by tapping the on-screen drums. This is how to play drums in Garageband for iPad. So first things first then, choosing your drum kit. If you select drums from the home page and then go into the standard drums, it will usually load up to this acoustic drum kit. Sometimes it doesn't. But if it doesn't, just go back out to the instruments and just tap on acoustic drums. It will then take you into acoustic drums, and likewise with other instruments, you can then tap where it says SoCal and you can change the type of drums that you would like. We'll later on show you the electronic drums and also the percussion options to click off that, and it will get back to the standard drums. Here you've got then finger drums that you can tap and then make these happen. So tap each one. So for example, you can have an experiment, maybe ask your class to experiment with the types of sound that each make, different timbres of, do the drums have pitches? And so it's a really nice way to introduce them to the different parts of the drums as well. To repeat a pattern, very, very nice. You can touch and hold the drum with 2 fingers to play a repeating pattern. So quite simple. And with 3 fingers, you can change it. Give you different varieties as well. So that's really nice to be able to do that too. Adjust the finger distance to change the speed or move up and down. So my fingers are far apart, it's quicker. Fingers closer together, slower. My fingers horizontally, that was, now vertically. And then close together. You can hear the dynamics change there too. So it's a really nice musical way to play using just 2 fingers, or 2 different people using 1 finger each who can then change that. Here at the top then you have got the record symbol, the big red dot, the play symbol and the stop and rewind, which of course if you're using a Bluetooth keyboard you can stop by pressing the space bar and also start by pressing the space bar too. On the right hand side then you got the metronome and then additional settings, but we'll go into more of these in its own video. But here we're going to record, just going to record a very simple drum rhythm. Once you finish recording your rhythm, just tap this symbol here to get you to the track view. And then in the track view, you'll hear what we've recorded, something really short. So, and that gives you the options there to go, that's a fairly straightforward rhythm, and that's fine. That's absolutely fine. You can then add different parts by adding another track, and you can do that simply by duplicating, or pressing this plus button down here will add another track, and you can just select the sound that you want there as well. So we can go back into the drum view by tapping this symbol here, and then we can maybe add in some hi-hats if we wanted to. Again, we can use our 2 fingers to pinch. So again, that's another rhythm there. We can go back and we have a little review of how that sounds. Okay, and that's okay. It's straightforward. And if you think, oh, I'd like to copy this, tap on it, copy, go to the place where you want to paste it, and then either using Command and V, which you can do quite simply, or you just click again in this area and you just paste. We can then go back and then cycle that again. Okay, so it's a simple drum rhythm that we have recorded. Next to the drum symbol, you'll see this, which is the beat sequencer. Now we're going to come on to that in a different video, so it's just in case anyone accidentally taps on that view. The way you get back out of there is you just tap back into the track view and then left to get you back into the drum view. So it's really useful to be able to do that. Note that in different views that we have, you'll see on the top right, there is this symbol here, which is the loop symbol. It doesn't always appear. You'll notice that it appears and disappears when we go into the standard drum. You see it's disappeared there. So we'll come on to loops in a different video, but just to let you know that that is where that is, in case anyone is wondering. Next to that view, we've got the mixer view that just allows you to basically change the features and the volume and the different effects that you have on the drums. Now you might find that once you've modified the drum, you might want to then save that, and it's absolutely easy enough to be able to do so. You just click on this, and then you can click on save on the top right hand side and then call it something new. Make sure that the saving name nomenclature is sensible enough for them and you to be able to track it. The good thing is by saving it as their own name, for example, you could share those drums with other people, and I'll show you how to share sounds with other iPads later on in a different video. So once you've customized and recorded and you've got all your different features there, then you've really got quite a lot of granular information. So one final thing to show you, you go into the drums, you've got different options here. You can rename, you can merge. We'll talk about that later on. Automation, we'll talk in a different video. Showing the grid, which we just showed before, and then the icons, you can change the icons. You can also go into edit for each of these, and then you can just simply go into edit them. And then here on the left, you've got all the different drum symbols. So it's a really nice visual way to allow young people to be able to see which drums are on which line, and then they can add more if they want to, pad out the parts a bit more if they want to as well. On the top left hand side, you see here, you can actually edit quite nicely, or if you want to lock it in place, you can just quickly tap the padlock, swipe over to say, I do not want these to be changed, and it will lock it in place. It's a really nice way to protect what they've done without any features. And of course, when they play, they have the option to put metronome on or off. So those are the features when navigating your recordings. And then to go back to the drums, just click on the drum symbol here, takes you back into the drums. And that's basically how you do it. So you can play the drums, record the drums, create a custom drum and save that. And in the next video, I'm going to show you how you use smart drums in Garageband for iPad. I think you're going to absolutely love it. So thank you very much for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one.